Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be channeling Ascended Master St Germain and the Ascended Masters, and they're going to be bringing through messages for an energy ascension update for the month of March, and also they're bringing through light frequency transmissions for the heart chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra. So if you're open to receiving, just state that you're open to receiving and you'll receive those, and if you're not open to receiving those energy frequencies, then you won't receive them. So it's always up to you on what you wish to receive. And click like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and I'd love to hear your comments on the video, so you can leave that in the comment section below. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Oh yes, welcome. I am St Germain. We welcome you all. We are excited for your journey. There are many in the collective asking, why is there so many natural disasters at this time? Why is there so much going on with global warming and climate change? And we would say that many of the collective consciousness is still blaming this outside of themselves. They are running old programs and belief systems from past lifetimes that something is happening to them instead of for them. They are blaming something outside of themselves for their crops failing or for their house getting flooded. We would say if you look back into the religious beliefs from previous lifetimes, you will see that if your crops failed, one would think, I am being punished by God. This was, we would say, a common way of thinking. It would be that if I swore at the neighbor, then this and then my crops failed, that is how God is punishing me. We would say to explore these belief systems within your DNA structures or your ancestral structures or your past lifetime belief systems. Well, how could I change this belief within myself and within my reality? We would say that when a natural disaster happens in your reality, if you take full responsibility that you are our co-creator in this reality. I am a co-creator, and I've created this in my reality for my highest good. Now you have the power to change it. If you are blaming yourself or you are blaming God for this creation, then it is putting a vibration of fear, and it is keeping you in a third dimension reality of fear. If I, for example, we will say that if one is to blame God for their crops failing, then it is putting judgment of something is wrong and something is happening to me instead of for me. If one says, oh, I am a co-creator and I am blaming myself for this mass destruction of this hurricane because I am a co-creator, it is my fault, then this is still blaming oneself, and this would be a judgment. It would be a judgment of something is wrong if I am blaming. What is the difference between blaming and taking responsibility? If I take responsibility that I am a co-creator and I have created this storm or this hurricane for my highest good, then I have the power to change my reality. Could I see the gifts in this, and could I see it in the eyes of love? What would that look like? Would I realize that I am all that is, and that nothing can happen to me, and that I have the power to change my reality in this very moment, standing in my shoes? Could one not get empowered by taking responsibility of being a co-creator for climate change or for global warming? We would say when a hurricane rips through your town, could you stand and say that I accept and will look at everything in the eyes of love? How is this changing humanity at this time? What are the gifts in it? Is one attached to their home? Is this losing their home, not breaking down their attachments and their ego attachments to everything they own? We would say that one would have a spiritual awakening on a deeper sense and a soul expansion if one is to have a loud event in their life, an event that causes much stress and destruction in the reality always causes an energetic shift within a consciousness. This would be that your consciousness expands. It is that one believes that they are not safe. Is this not clearing and transmuting frequencies through the root chakra? Is this not what you came to do, was to awaken on planet Earth? You are all consciousness. There is nothing that can happen to you. You are all always safe. You are energy and you are vibration. How could you ever be harmed if you are a vibration? What is this in my reality that I am attached to? Is this not only a projection of where I'm vibrating at? Do I have attachments to my house and my home and my belongings? And if I do, then, and I lost them, how would I feel? If one is attached to anything outside of themselves and they have chosen to awaken on planet Earth at this time, they will have those attachments shatter in front of them. This is where we would say to explore your reality and what you are attached to. We will give an energy update. Our channel is asking, what about March? And we are saying that coming March, there will be a full moon on February 27th. And during the full moon, we would say there will be energetic shifts. There will be a new lightness. There will be a new lightness on planet Earth, of more peace, of more love, and of more calmness. We would say to tune into those subtle energies, as many people around you are playing in chaos. They will remain in that chaos, but you do not have to. Those of you who are on your spiritual awakening journey, we would say stay in the now moment, and you will feel these subtle energies. There is nothing happening to you. It is all happening for you, and there is no more blaming of anything outside of yourselves. It is time to change the belief systems on planet Earth and in your reality to empower you to change your reality to what you wish and what you desire. This would be a fun game for the spirit. This is great soul expansion. We would say every time someone has an incident of a natural disaster happen in the reality, they have great soul expansion from it. They bring up many fears from past lifetimes, and they transmute much back to love. Everyone on planet Earth is always safe at all times, with whether they have whether their perception is that their needs are being met or not. We would say that you are all vibration, and it is impossible to be harmed. You are energy, and you will change from one form to another, but you can never be harmed. You can never be undone. We would say that your essence is consciousness, and this is a vibrational frequency. Could I see everything in my reality as a vibrational frequency? We would say there are many places on planet Earth that are perceiving the reality as struggle, and there are many people perceiving the reality as struggle. We would say to change your perception, it is time. How could I see this in love? How could I see this through the eyes of love? How could I see this through the eyes of consciousness? What if I was to perceive this reality of mine as imperfection? What if there is a natural disaster happening around me, and I am seeing everything in perfection? Asking this question will change your vibration. We were saying that at times it is difficult to see when you are running a third dimension program, and it is very uncomfortable. But we would say that as you put the questions out there, what if I changed my perception? What would it look like then? In doing so, this would change the vibrational frequency within you. It would expand your consciousness, and you would begin to see the beautiful gifts in a natural disaster. There are many on planet Earth that are creating these natural disasters because they are co-creators, and they have been vibrating in a frequency to create this on planet Earth. What if I changed my frequency and my neighbor changed their frequency and their neighbor changed their frequency? Would this not raise the vibrational frequency to more peace and less destruction? We would say yes, but if one is still observing their surroundings as detrimental, or that something is happening to them instead of for them, then they will never have the power to change it. And we would say that as the natural destructions happen in your town, to go in and not without. Look within yourself and find the gifts in your reality. What is it? If I am standing in my truth, what do I see and how do I perceive it? How could I see a natural disaster as beautiful? This is only a question you would have to ask in order to shift your perception and to shift your vibration to create more peace and love instead of destruction in your reality. Not everyone around you is going to do this, and but if there was a handful of people on planet Earth that begun to perceive natural disasters through the eyes of consciousness, then it would shift, and there wouldn't be so much destruction on planet Earth. We would say that all is well on planet Earth, even if one is not seeing it as so. We would say that everything is in alignment. There is no mistake. There are no accidents. It is in perfect alignment from where everybody is vibrating at. You are creating your reality. This is a beautiful gift, and you are all playing a beautiful game. We would say that for the month of March, to focus in on your heart, to focus in on your, we would say, loving yourself, how to find love within yourself, play more. We would say that springtime is coming. Many of you will shift your vibration simply because springtime is coming, and this would make one feel more joy inside, and they would shift to a higher frequency. This is, we would say, there would be some areas of the planet that have more sunshine in the spring, and this would lift one's spirit. It has been a rough winter for some, and they have had many cold and dark nights. What if I could come out of my cold dark night and see the sunlight? What if I had a different perception? We are holding space for many of you as we are understanding you are going through the dark night of the soul. There are many that are having awarenesses rapidly, and it is unfolding in front of you of how your reality was not, it was in a third dimension instead of a fifth dimension perception. This would be that all of the systems are being shattered at this time, and it is sometimes difficult to swim. Sometimes the waves are high and the waters are rough, and it is hard to stay afloat, but we would say to hang in there. We are all with you. Call on us. You do not need Terra to connect with us. All is well on planet Earth. There will be more light frequencies brought in onto the planet to assist with transmutation of the third eye and crown chakra. We would say tune in to these subtle energies. These are to connect you to higher, we would not use the terminology higher. One moment, please. This would be to connect you to a stronger sense of who you are as consciousness. This would be connecting your consciousness with the consciousness of all. It would be that you will have more intuition and more feel more subtle frequencies from universal energies. This would be, one might call it your spirit guides, or a guardian angel, or us. We would say, is this not a fun game if I tune in more? We would say that the energy frequencies coming onto planet Earth are going to assist with that. Tune in. We would recommend to do this in the now moment. It is being in the now moment and creating from there. Blessings. Okay, so that was really interesting when St. Germain was talking about natural disasters and how if everybody on the planet was standing in a vibration of consciousness and seeing everything through the eyes of conscious love during a natural disaster like a hurricane or a tornado or something of that matter, like a forest fire or anything, if everybody joined together and raised their vibrational frequency to more love, then it would actually shift the weather. But he's showing me that everybody on planet Earth is feeling like a victim of the weather. They're feeling like a victim of climate change, which we all created together. So if we all start changing our perception, it's going to expand our consciousness and raise our frequency. So during a storm or during a hurricane or a fire or a tornado or a tsunami, if we were all to raise our vibration and view it and be in the now moment with it and view it in the eyes of love, of Christ consciousness, then that will shift the weather to being more peaceful. So that was kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting him to talk about natural disasters. So somebody must have had that question because he started talking about it, and then I asked him about the energy ascension update for March, and then he went back to that, but he went back to the natural disasters after he talked about that. So it was something that's coming up for some people. I hope you enjoyed that video and that channeling. Thanks for watching and have a great night.